Book 11, The Land of the Dead. Odysseus is not alone among the ancient heroes who must descend to the land of the dead. The Sumerian hero Gilgamesh, the Greek heroes Theseus and Heracles, and many other heroes made similar journeys. It is as if the ancient mythmakers are telling us that the truly significant voyages in life involve journeys to the deepest parts of ourselves, and a confrontation with the darkest reality of all, death. In the land of the dead, Odysseus seeks his destiny. The source of his information is Tiresias, a famous blind prophet from the city of Thebes, whose lack of external sight suggests the presence of true insight. Circe has told Odysseus exactly what rites he must perform to bring Tiresias up from the dead. Odysseus is speaking. Then I addressed to the blurred and breathless dead, vowing to slaughter my best heifer for them before she calved, at home in Ithaca, and burn the choice bits on the altar fire. As for Tiresias, I swore to sacrifice a black lamb, handsomest of all our flock. Thus to assuage the notions of the dead, I pledged these rites, then slashed the lamb in ewe, letting their black blood stream up in the well pit. Now the souls gathered, stirring out of Erebus, brides and young men, and men grown old in pain, and tender girls whose hearts were new to grief. Many were there too, torn by brazen lance heads, battle slain, burying still their bloody gear. From every side they came and sought the pit with rustling cries. I grew sick with fear. But presently I gave command to my officers to flay those sheep the bronze cut down, and make burnt offerings of flesh to the gods below, to sovereign Death, to pale Persephone. Meanwhile I crouched with my drawn sword to keep the surging phantoms from the bloody pit, till I should know the presence of Tiresias. Soon from the dark that prince of Thebes came forward, bearing a golden staff, and he addressed me. Son of Laertes and the gods of old, Odysseus, master of land ways and sea ways, why leave the blazing sun, O man of woe, to see the cold dead in the joyless region? Stand clear, put up your sword, let me but taste of blood, I shall speak true. At this I stepped aside, and in the scabbard let my long sword ring home to the pommel's silver, as he bent down to the sombre blood. Then spoke the prince of those gift with speech. Great captain, a fair wind and the honey lights of home are all you seek, but anguish lies ahead. The god who thunders on land prepares it not to be shaken from your track, implacable, in rancor for the son whose eye you blinded. And one narrow strait may take you through his blows, denial of yourself, restraint of shipmates. When you make landfall on Thrinacia first, and quit the violet sea, dark on the land you'll find the grazing herds of Helios, by whom all things are seen, all speech is known. Avoid those kind, hold fast to your intent, and hard seafaring brings you all to Ithaca. But if you raid the beeves, I see destruction for ship and crew. Though you survive alone, bereft of all companions, lost for years, under strange sails shall you come home to find your own house filled with trouble. Insolent men eating your own livestock as they court your lady. Ah, you shall make those men atone in blood. But after you have dealt out death in open combat or by stealth to all suitors, go overland on foot and take an oar, until one day you come to where men have lived with meat unsalted, never known to the sea, nor seen sea-going ships with crimson bows and oars that fledge light holes for dipping flight. The spot will soon be plain to you, and I can tell you how. Some passer-by will say, "What winnowing fan is that upon your shoulder?" Halt, and implant your smooth oar in the turf, and make fair sacrifice to Lord Poseidon, a ram, a bull, a great buck boar. Turn back, and carry out pure hecatombs at home, to all wide heaven's Lord, the undying gods, to each in order. And a sea-born death, soft as this hand of mist, will come upon you when you are wearied out with rich old age, your country folk in blessed peace around you. And all this shall be just as I foretell. When he had done, I said at once, Tiresias, my life runs on then as the gods have spun it. But come now, tell me this, make this thing clear. I see my mother's ghost among the dead, sitting in silence near the blood. Not once has she glanced this way toward her son, nor spoken. Tell me, my lord, may she in some way come to know my presence? To this he answered, I shall make it clear in a few words and simply. Any dead man whom you allow to enter where the blood is will speak to you and speak the truth, but those deprived will grow remote again and fade. When he had prophesied, Tiresias' shade retired lordly to the halls of death. Now Odysseus meets a familiar ghost, his mother Anticlea, who died of a broken heart when her son failed to return from Troy. I bit my lip, rising perplexed with longing to embrace her, and tried 3 times putting my arms around her. But she went sifting through my hands, impalpable as shadows are, and wavering like a dream. Now this embittered all the pain I bore, and I cried in the darkness, "Oh, my mother, will you not stay? Be here in my arms. We may not in this place of death as well hold one another, touch with love, and taste salt tears relieve the twinge of welling tears? Or is all this hallucination sent against me by the Iron Queen Persephone to make me groan again?" My noble mother answered quickly, "O my child, alas, most sorely tried of men, great Zeus's daughter Persephone knits no illusion for you. All mortaries meet this judgment when they die. No flesh and bone are here, none bound by sinew, since the bright-hearted fire consumed them down. The white bones long exanimate to ash, dream-like the soul flies, insubstantial. You must crave sunlight soon. Note all things strange seen here to tell your lady in after days." The afterlife envisioned by Homer was not a happy place of rest. This society, which so relished the joys, accomplishments, and passions of the physical form, found little pleasure in an eternal life among the mere shadows. After many more encounters in the land of the dead, Odysseus returns to Circe's island for further instructions. And that concludes Book 11 of the Odyssey.